can we stop overthinking? How can we use the power of our minds wisely and avoid a negative thought spiral? Your inner voice can be your greatest ally, but it can also be your greatest enemy. Man's mind may be likened to a garden, which may be intelligently cultivated or allowed to run wild. James Allen, As a Man Thinketh. It might feel justifiable. The inner voice screams, "No, this is not the right thing. I have something better. But how about this? It's even more critical. So, yeah, let's skip that and think about this. Hey, do you remember how you screwed up that one thing? Yeah, you're a total failure. Like, everyone will remember you did it. Ouch. That was so unfair to me. How could they do that to me? It's such a pain. I'll never forget what they did to me. I can forgive, but I will never forget. Yeah, let me stone this in my heart." Clever thoughts chased me, but I was faster. What are some practical solutions that we can use instead? How can we eliminate intrusive thoughts that cause our self-sabotage? I'm down with an anxiety disorder. As a result, I often ruminate. Sometimes it was comedic self-deprecation while avoiding self-abasement. How can I get out of this? It's such a waste of time. It's been years and years, or even decades. The mind is a powerful force. It can enslave us or empower us. It can plunge us into the depths of misery or take us to the heights of ecstasy. So learn to use the power wisely. David Cuschieri. Imagine you're born into a place under the sun. The sun shines on you every day, so you enjoy all the sunlight. And every night, there's a moon in the sky. And then one day, something happens to you, and you start building a shelter for yourself to hide before the daylight. One day, you find yourself living in a mansion full of artificial lights and hiding from the sunlight. You don't even go outside because you're all so used to the artificial light that you're afraid of the sunlight. Our mind is a garden. Whatever we plant, it starts to grow. Whatever we care about, it starts to flourish. Calmness of the mind is one of the beautiful jewels of wisdom. It's the result of long and patient effort and self-control. James Allen, As a Man Thinketh. Today's topic is tricky. Intrusive thoughts cause overthinking that feels like an endless rabbit hole. It's because some have spent years of self-sabotaging themselves. Others call it rumination. So in today's video, we will look closely at a wild weed of mine and how to stop it. First, we would dive into awareness. How do you recognize that you're dealing with this issue? Having self-awareness is the first crucial step. Is it actually possible to switch to productive thinking immediately? We're going to explore this topic, but first, we must gain control. Therefore, we'll learn this in the second step. Yes, right. Once you have self-awareness and self-control over this issue, you're free to enjoy your new self-confidence as in any other discipline. Does it sound authentic to you? Does it sound like something you can use to improve your life? Let's open the doors of awareness. What are the signs that you're overthinking? You might have a hard time sleeping. You might wake up in the middle of the night and have a lot of thoughts running through your mind. You might have temptations to believe those thoughts are real-life questions you need to solve immediately, but they're not. Are they fake? Are they just reactions of your mind to the current moment? The second sign is that you can find yourself in difficulties making decisions or second-guessing them. It can happen to us sometimes, but you know what I'm saying if you're doing this. The third sign is that you relive embarrassing moments in your mind repeatedly. Your mind is offering you those bad memories as if they still belong in your present life. The fourth sign is that you ask many what if and why me questions. We've experienced that especially the people with excellent communication skills do this. The fifth sign is that you have trouble concentrating. Where attention goes, it grows. People who overthink a lot are usually those who struggle to make progress in life. The sixth sign is that you always try to read between the lines. Are you the one who's always looking for meaning behind each situation? The seventh sign is the brightest because overthinking is unproductive. I'm saying this as clearly as it is. Following this part of awareness, we'll explore productive thinking that we can control. Now, let's talk about unproductive overthinking. The first type is called depressive rumination. You might ruminate about the past. These are a few points on how you can experience it. You have a habit of dwelling on the past. Do you keep fixing your mistakes? Do you rehash all of the terrible things you can think of over and over? Do you find yourself ruminating on how you were mistreated, or do you alternate between resenting them and wondering if it was your fault? How could your life have been better if you had done things differently? You find yourself drawn to dwelling on your mistakes, failings, disappointments, and letdowns in every quiet moment. Beyond this, there are a few subconscious reasons why you do this. According to licensed therapist Emma McAdam, who runs the YouTube channel Therapy in a Nutshell. Let's look at a few of them. Do you feel like you're righteously punishing yourself? Do you feel like if you think about bad stuff more, you can prevent it? Are you trying to regain control over something you have no control over? The past. Do you feel some sense of pleasure or validation wallowing in how bad you or someone else is? Do you feel just a little bit good reminding yourself that you are a complete failure and there's nothing you can do about it? Another unproductive overthinking is anxious rumination. At the core, it's worrying about the future. Whether it's the weather or the political situation, we can't even control the stone guy that parks his car the wrong way. We all know we can only influence the future to some point. It's an illusion of control. These intrusive thoughts will only wear you out, and you'll end up where you began, or worse, frazzled. And let's be honest, whenever we get the chance to make a prediction, we love to be confident in our analysis of the outcome of events, however flawed they may be. There's a thrill of gambling and reckless stock market speculations. Unfortunately, that confidence is also an illusion because no one can say for sure what will be or won't be. We can only make informed guesses and theories from the observed facts. However, some people do research very well and accurately make informed guesses. The third type of unproductive overthinking is decision paralysis. It occurs when someone has to select from options that are difficult to compare. It becomes choice fatigue. A person starts to overanalyze decisions until they eventually become frozen in inaction. The fourth type of unproductive overthinking is a subset of social anxiety. For instance, overgeneralization is cognitive distortion. For many people, once they've had a negative experience with a particular person, they basically assume that every person of the class will do the same to them, whether it has to do with the person's personality, ethnicity, race, or religion, and even other subcategories. It would not matter to them. People also overthink because they're afraid of conflict. It's linked to the prevalence of high-trait neuroticism in these individuals. Fear was usually created in early childhood as a coping mechanism.
Now that natural fear that causes the crying, that brings the parent, which ends the anxiety, is embedded in the child. So what begins as a coping mechanism now becomes generalized. So under certain circumstances, there should be fear and anxiety.
If a person has this anxiety when there's no immediate threat, what is it about? I know we know how terrible this is. So now the reasonable question is why we all might be doing this from time to time. What might be some false rewards a person might get from overthinking? At first, it's a false sense of control, believing that overanalyzing is controlling. Secondly, it's a false sense of safety, perfectionism. Thirdly, it's a false sense of reassurance by avoiding uncertainty. Things can get even worse when we delude ourselves into thinking things are more predictable than they are. You can save some time and other resources if you acknowledge that overthinking will not necessarily give you the desired result. Once you've done what needed to be done, let it all play out. Fourthly, a person imagines that overthinking is some meaningful work, but on the other hand, overthinking is used as an excuse to procrastinate certain tasks. So this is awareness. We started talking about the signs on how to spot this behavior. We discussed all the most common types of unproductive overthinking, and we also mentioned the false rewards people are doing it for. Do you know any more that we haven't mentioned? If this is you, please pause the video and let us all know in the comment section below. Now, let's head over from awareness to control. First, we'll discuss what productive thinking is, and then we'll dive into several strategies and tactics to combat the thought spiral. First, think on paper. It's a disciplined way of making decisions because you can consciously observe how you process your thoughts. You'll experience the reaction of your inner voice and start to understand the dynamics of intrusive thoughts. Writing down your thoughts or insights for meditation on paper can be a huge step forward. But remember, it's self-discipline. You might not recognize the differences immediately. Just give it time to grow. Second, set a time limit for yourself. It's an excellent way because you make a time-bound agreement with yourself. Third, say it out loud. You can even record yourself. It's another way to work and filter out our intrusive thoughts. It's also a skill that requires self-discipline. Listening to your voice can help you to understand and observe from a different perspective a way of how your mental health works. Fourth, diagram it on paper or as a mind map. Also, we start to create this video as a diagram and mind map. It allows you to see the big picture. You can zoom out, create, and understand new connections. As in the previous point, this is a skill and it requires some form of self-discipline. Fifth, make pros and cons lists. Well, this might take a little more effort than you usually spend. Think about it this way. Boston Consulting Group is a top-tier company famously known for its SWOT matrix. Adjust and use it to your advantage. Lastly, let us emphasize the idea of exploring all aspects of a situation, not just the negative or the compulsive. Neuroscience says that our brain works optimally with positive thoughts and connections based on positive energy. Therefore, the more you do, the stronger the connection your brain creates and the less energy it needs. The sooner it becomes your second nature. Those are scientific facts and not any hogwash from pseudoscience. Well, those are 6 stones of productive thinking in a nutshell. Which of them becomes your favorite? Which of them would you like to try? If you know more or have other disciplines, pause this video and let us know in the comment section below. We read all of your comments and will reply to you personally. Of course, some scammers might be lurking in the comments like elsewhere on social media, and we will never ask you for contact information. Tempest-tossed souls, wherever ye may be, under whatsoever conditions ye may live, know this: in the ocean of life, the isles of blessedness are smiling, and the sunny shore of your ideal awaits your coming. Keep your hands firmly upon the helm of thought. In the bark of your soul reclines the commanding master. He does not but sleep. Wake him. Self-control is strength. Right thought is mastery. Calmness is power. Say unto your heart, peace, be still. James Allen, As a Man Thinketh. We want to empower your self-control in this section. So now, let's discuss some purposeful strategies and tactics to quit overthinking. First, you can learn to redirect your thoughts. It's an essential point because there's some art to doing it. Let's take a look at Oprah Winfrey's discussion with Eckhart Tolle.
That what is it that causes me to be irritated, angry, upset? What is it, this situation? Or is it that my mind is telling me that this should not be happening? The ego is very good at misinterpreting reality, and it believes its stories. The ego comes up with stories, often not pleasant stories.
It's not the condition of the situation. It's the mind telling you something about this moment that causes you unhappiness. Accept this moment as if you have chosen it. That brings a new consciousness. Do not deny the moment. Eliminate stress and suffering. Eckhart Tolle with Oprah Winfrey. Second, postpone or schedule your rumination. It's an easy thing how you can discipline your mind. Schedule a worry time in your calendar for the next weeks or months. Third, shift your attention. You can shift from negative thoughts to the present moment. You can shift from abstract thinking to concrete thinking, or shift your values, i.e., what is the most important to you. Fourth, you can combat the shame of overthinking by telling someone. Also, you can combat cognitive disorders by asking for someone's perspective. Fifth, ask preferably what questions. Ask yourself, for instance, what's one small thing I can do today for my mental health? Or, what's one relationship skill I can work on? Sixth, try to de-identify yourself with thoughts. Let's take a look at how Sadhguru explains mental diarrhea.
You eat bad food and then try to stop diarrhea, it's not going to work. So similarly, bad food for the mind is just this. You have gotten identified with things that you are not. The moment you get identified with things that you are not, mental diarrhea is inevitable. It's bad food for the mind. Now it will run endlessly, do what you want. You do any damn meditation, you say Shiva, Rama, it's not going to stop. It's not stopped, isn't it? Because bad food is being eaten every day, you're getting identified with more and more things and you want to stop your mind, you do whatever kind of circus, it is not going to stop. If you disidentify with everything, if you understand what is you and what is not you, if you keep a little distance from that, mind will become still. If you want, you can use it, otherwise you can keep it. And sit down and discount everything that is not you. This house in which you're living, is this me? No. This loving parent or mother, father, wife or husband or child, they're wonderful, but is this me? No. Now these nice clothes I'm wearing, is this me? No. Now my body, I like it, but is this me? No. Now I'm having so many thoughts, is this me? No. Now I'm having wonderful emotions, is this me? No. Like this, everything that's not you, before you sleep, keep it down and go to bed. Tomorrow morning, you will wake up considerably more intense than today.
You can start observing thoughts as they appear before your conscience. Finally, work within your spirit with deliberate focus. 7th, if you can't stop ruminating about a specific issue over time, then start making those thoughts super obvious. You can write down your typical ruminations and hang them on the wall to catch yourself easily when you start down your path. Finally, you can use a mindfulness timer and check yourself several times daily. Where and when do you ruminate the most? Is it early morning when you wake up? Is it at school or during your work time? What triggers set you off? 8th, avoid using vague statements or overgeneralizations. If you want to be critical, then be specific about an issue. 9th, please do not use self-labels on yourself. You don't deserve it. You aren't allowed to label yourself as anything. Labeling yourself might backfire as self-sabotage in the end. Instead, you want to phrase everything as a behavior. This is all about the story you tell yourself. 10th, if you point out something negative, you must counterbalance it with at least 2 positives. It's not about toxic positivity whatsoever. It's about increasing your capacity to feel emotions and see both sides of the situation.
Eat a large breakfast, right? Keep it carbohydrate light, don't eat toast and and Fruit Loops. That's not going to do the trick. Make it fat and protein heavy and eat more than you want. You might say, I'm not hungry in the morning. It's like, this has nothing to do with what you want or what your appetite is.
This is because if you're anxious and don't eat in the morning, you can stress yourself out. The body would hyperproduce insulin. Insulin takes sugar out of your blood by converting it into another form. So hyperproduction of insulin would take a lot of sugar out of your body. This would have dysregulated your body's metabolism for the entire day. Worse, you cannot reset it until you sleep at night. Tip number 12. Add physical exercise to your life's routine. Activities like weightlifting are perfect for curing anxiety. Make sure you do this as often as you can weekly. Number 13 is crucial. Discipline is a shortcut. Make a schedule and start attending to your daily micro routines. When our lives have some degree of order, there is less to bother with. That's how we develop good habits. And what's more? Number 14. Breathing helps too. One of the leading psychologists, Dr. Smith, advises that an overthinker should take a quick breathing exercise.
So if that person is struggling with really high anxiety, that one thing that is very quick to teach that they can take away is something like a breathing exercise, because it's one of the quickest ways that we can, slow the anxiety response.
It's been well known for a long time now that breathing helps to reduce the heart rate, calming the overthinker, and giving some room for a clear and peaceful mind. That seems pretty straightforward, right? When your mind is racing, just breathe. Easy peasy. Number 15 might be the most valuable for many. Explore your profile in the concept of human design. You might learn how to use your gift in new ways. And our last tip comes straight from Dr. Tracy Marks. She advises overthinkers to try to distract themselves from the overwhelming thoughts with meditation.
So you want to turn to an activity that will distract you from the rumination. These activities can be relaxing, like listening to a guided meditation, or doing a craft, or putting entries into your gratitude journal. It could be a task like taking a walk, going grocery shopping, if you like to grocery shop.
The guided meditation can include anything from calming music to natural sounds like the trickling of water. At least that's what works for me. There's also songbirds chirping, and you get the gist. Suppose you have hobbies like painting. If you like problem solving, then you can include activities like mind mapping. Set time, brainstorm, and write down possible solutions, and write if-then statements. In that case, those could be pretty effective in distracting you from the endless rumination and overthinking. Mind is the master weaver, both of the inner garment of character and the outer garment of circumstance. James Allen, As a Man Thinketh. Decluttering your mind can be one of the most significant gifts that you can give yourself in your entire life. It requires self-discipline. It starts with self-awareness. Then it follows with self-control. Once you do it often, you'll experience advantages and self-confidence. It's a part of your self-improvement journey. So if you're struggling with a thought spiral, be proactive and focus on yourself. Better ideas mean a better life. This wisdom is nothing new. Humanity has known it from early thinkers. What we achieve inwardly will change outer reality. Plutarch. Jesus said, "I know. I saw Satan fall, a bolt of lightning out of the sky. See what I've given you? Safe passage as you walk on snakes and scorpions and protection from every assault of the enemy. No one can put a hand on you. All the same, the great triumph is not in your authority over evil, but in God's authority over you and the presence with you. Not what you do for God, but what God does for you. That's the agenda for rejoicing." Luke 10:18-20 MSG. Thank you for watching this video until the very end. We aim to provide you with curated knowledge. First, there are 3 most essential steps in conquering control over your inner voice. Lastly, we try to offer you also a brief perspective from the point of the evolution of human consciousness. So if you enjoyed this video, let us know in the comments below. We read all the comments and do our best to respond to all of you personally. You can support this video and our channel by giving it a thumbs up. Subscribe, tell your friends, but most importantly, use it to your advantage to build the life of your dreams.